Hey guys, this is Sabersting here. I've not done a video in a very long time, not that anyone cares, but considering it's the new year and I've been starting to play Raid Shadow Legends. It's a game that I've been playing for a while, but I've been wanting to upload a few videos, and basically Raid's been a bit dead recently. There's not been a lot happening in the game. The community's been a bit upset about a few things that have gone on. So I thought, why not start a free to play and do with Hell Hades as well, which you'll probably know if you watch Raid videos on YouTube. And I'm starting to do the free to play challenge this year, and hopefully it'll just get me a bit more excited about Raid again, and revive the game a little bit for me anyway. And I'm going to be doing the free to play to help people making new accounts that have only just started the game, and my clan members as well, who will be wanting to have a look if they're a bit unsure about certain things. And moving forward, hopefully, I'd like to start doing some weekly arena videos, because there's a lot of content at the moment that's like end game and platinum arena, high arena kind of gameplay. I'm more late-ish game, mid slash late game, more late game probably. I'll show you the champions I've got on my account at the moment, and to give you a bit of an idea of where I'm at, and hopefully I can help people that are at a certain level, a similar level to me. You can see that I've got quite a few legendaries. I spent a little bit, all not completely free to play this account, which is why I'm wanting to start the free to play for the upcoming year. But even though I've got all of these legendaries, you can see the gear is not ridiculous. Like, the gear is not really good. I don't have like insane sets of stone skin, insane sets of protection, and all of that. My best gear is mainly focused on the champions I've been using for arena, because obviously I tried to get Arbiter, which is a big focus, managed to get her. Now I'm working towards the other guy, the lizard guy. But all of my main gear is focused on my arena team. So we'll be doing like an arena blow up every week. And that should be quite helpful because I'm at gold 5 at the moment. So gold 4 and 5, people that are around there struggling with arena, coming up against the same teams, losing to the same people. I've got a few different teams that I can show you that are quite free to play, friendly as well. You don't have to have all of these characters at all, and I'll be showing you some good characters you can use instead that are like epics or even rares. So basically, this is where I'm at. I've got a load of legendaries who I don't currently use. I've got duplicates of a few that I need to build up. As you can see, there's a few epics that I'm still wanting. So it's not a crazy account by all means. Not an end game account either. Because where I am on go away, where I am on stuff like faction wars and things like that. I'll move my camera here so I can go on it. I've not finished it yet at all, and I'm 796 out of 819. So that seems quite close. I've finished quite a few factions. Maybe do some videos specifically in the future about how to beat certain factions, but some are really, really giving me grief, including the Orcs faction. You can see here I have Tila, who's just received the recent buff, and I do have King Garog as well. It's a good squad. It's a really good squad, but I'm really struggling against these bosses. Um, I've completed the dwarfs, which is currently available. So yeah, by no means, basically, this is what I'm trying to say. By no means my end game. I'm not in the platinum arena. I've not finished the Doom Tower on hard mode. Finished it a few times on normal, but not finished it on hard mode. Not finished faction wars. So hopefully, making these videos going forward, it'll help quite a lot of people that are in a similar position to me, maybe a bit more mid game, and how to really improve in the arena, in clan boss, and things like that. So, for the 2023 Raid Shadow Legends free to play, I'm going to be using these two randomized spinners. So, this first spinner is going to obviously choose which starter champion I'm going to pick. Hopefully, it's not Gaelic. And then the second one is going to be the spin of one of the free epics that you can get with the starter pack things, which everyone should be using. And I'll put a link to it in the description. Deacon Armstrong is the one that I'm looking for particularly because I maxed him out on my main account and he's amazing everywhere. In Faction Wars, he's a carry. In Clan Boss, you can do some cool things with him there as well. He's just great everywhere in the game. And Mordecai, I've recently taken a liking to with his AoE HB burn. I've recently been using him quite a bit in Spider. So, basically, I know that not too many people are going to be seeing this video for now. If I get a few viewers, then, great, moving forward. But this is mainly, for people in my clan and just anyone who's interested and wants to join me doing this free-to-play kind of journey this year. Hopefully, for players who are have been playing for a couple of years and are starting to lose a bit of interest, because that tends to be what I'm seeing specifically in my clan at the moment. Hopefully you can join me on this and it'll be really fun. So, without further ado, the first spin for my starter. Hopefully it's not Gaelic. Elhain, the first ever starter that I chose when I made my first raid account, because I had no idea that Kale was any good. And I chose Elhain. Really great for arena. She's got 2 AoE abilities, which is really good. Campaign, make campaign a lot easier as well. So I'm quite happy with that. At least it wasn't Gaelic. Second pick. This is the banker. This is the one that can make all the difference. Here we go. There's a few trash ones on here as well. No, no, no. Talia. Talia. I'm not happy about that one. Right. So, looking at the 2 champions that I have just been assigned in a bit more detail. First, we've got Elhain, who is High Elves. Let me find it right here. There we go. Right. This one, Valley of Death, very hard hitting. Going to be using it in the arena. It's great to get through campaign, double AoE. Then she's also got this Lightning Arrow, which attacks one enemy and then it attacks all enemies again. So because of this, it means that she's probably the best starter for like arena and also really good at campaign farming as well. In terms of how I'm going to build Elhain, obviously when you're first starting a new account, you want to be putting your starter in lifesteal gear so they can keep themselves alive, because all of these starters are attack champions. They're very squishy, so you want to be putting them in lifesteal so they can actually gain some HP back and keep them alive in the campaign, because you need to keep 2 champions alive when you're doing campaign to get the maximum amount of stars. So they've got to stay alive. So that's Elhain. I'm not mad about that. She's quite good. But then the one that I was a bit unhappy about, Talia. I think she's Sacred Order. Yeah. So Talia, right. Main skill. Well, I wouldn't call it the main skill, but A3. Awesome presence, counter attack, and a weaken on all enemies for 2 turns. Could probably be using her in the arena to start off with as my drop defense slash debuffer champion. So in the arena, I'll try and get a speed up champion like an apothecary, someone like that, or a Haikatoon eventually when I get. Hopefully, I'll have a fast champion before that though, and then I'll be getting my spirit host from campaign, which I'll show you in a bit. What I'm going to be focusing on at the start in the first week of the free to play. And then I can use Talia, weaken, and then Elhain, bam, hopefully we'll nuke. And that's what I'm going to go for. She's got an increased attack and an increased crit rate, which would be great if it was everyone, but unfortunately it's only herself, and then she attacks all enemies. So that means she's kind of doing a similar job to Elhain, which I prefer Elhain really to her. And then this part here about the bombs, irrelevant, because I'm probably not going to get Phoenix on this account anyway. So it's something to think about. But yeah, it's not the best start. It's not the worst. So it could have. I'm actually quite happy that I didn't get a Deacon or a Mordecai or someone a bit too broken, because that means that we can have a bit more fun exploring different champions that I haven't used before. So, what am I going to be focusing on in the first week, the first couple of days even of the free to play account? Going on campaign, right? Getting through this campaign as quick as possible. There's 2 champions you want to be trying to get from this campaign. First one, I believe, is Durham Forest, Spirit Host. Spirit Host is a must because she has a cleanse, removes all debuffs on all allies, and then puts a block debuffs off. Absolutely imperative that you get Spirit Host. She also has the 50% increased attack. So if you put her before your nuke, like an Elhain or a Kale, whoever you're using, obviously she can multiply the damage by quite a lot, and it'll actually mean that you can kill the full team in one go. And then the second champion, which is the only other one really worth getting for now, is wherever she is, a bit further on in Barbarians, maybe. I think it might actually be the Deadlands. Is it Deadlands? Or am I too far? No, it's not. Yes, it is the Deadlands. War Maiden, even better champion, even better, because of this. The Crumbling Blast attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of decreased defense, which means obviously get War Maiden and Spirit Host on the same team. You drop in defense, you increase in your attack, and you're nuking. That is basically the main ideology. And until you get to obviously the higher level arena where people have got block debuffs, they got a lot of shields, things like you have to start stripping things off. Until you get to that point, War Maiden and Spirit Host are as good as any other champions that you can get for the arena. So I'm going to be focusing on them. Next, who else I would like to highlight? If you stumble upon these champions either in the market you can buy uncommons when they pop up. You can buy no commons. I really think are worth it, but yeah, like this War Chanter guy, even though he's awful, but commons that pop up, you've got to keep looking at the market when you're first starting a new account, because the ones that you want to be getting are, I believe, he's Sacred Order. The main one, who I will definitely be using, is Armiger. And why he's so good is because he has a decreased turn meter on the A1. It's pretty good. It's good for stuff like Fire Knight. It's good for anything really in the game, decreasing a bit of turn meter, make him fast, and he keeps decreasing everyone's turn meter. But then this one, Later Rest, because it's based on enemy max HP, which means that the more HP that the boss has, the more damage that he's going to do. It doesn't matter what his attack is or what his defense is. It's going to be based on what their max HP is. So it's going to be great early on against bosses, and it should mean that you're getting through the boss fights a lot quicker, farming the gear a lot quicker, and getting through the game a lot quicker, essentially. And then the only other one who I would really point out, if you can see him early game, is Shield Guard. Shield Guard. So him and Armiger, I'd say, the only two uncommons that you should pick out, but they're definitely worth putting in your main squad early on when you've not got that many champions to choose from. He's got on his A1, he has a decreased speed for 2 turns. It's okay. It's quite a good A1, obviously, for an uncommon. It's pretty good. But then the main benefit from him comes from the synergy between these two abilities. So he has an attack all enemies, obviously great, fills the champion's turn meter on every critical hit. So if you max his crit rate out, make sure he's got 100% crit rate, and then he gains a lot of turn meter. And then he removes a debuff from him every turn. So it means that he can't be slept, frozen, things like that. It'll just remove the debuffs from him. And he can't be decreased defense. He's not very squishy. Obviously, he's defense based anyway. So these are the champions I would really be looking to start on at the start of my free-to-play. So I'm going to be starting the free-to-play tomorrow. Hopefully I'll manage to get the video out. I'm going to be starting tomorrow along with the rest of the community. I'll put the links in the description to Hell Hades and the wheel spinners, so when you're starting it yourself, you can do it. But everyone's starting tomorrow, and it's kind of like a race to whoever can complete different bits of the game first, who can get to the highest clan boss quickly, who can get into the arena quickly. I'll be trying to get through it as quick as I can, and hopefully I like to see some of you doing the free to play along the way with me as well. So thanks a lot for watching the video, guys. Hopefully this has given you a bit of a tip on how to start the first week of your free to play, or if you're a beginner anyway and you've already started, then it should give you some tips on how to progress moving forward. So thanks a lot for watching the video, and I'll catch you tomorrow when I do the first ever free-to-play video. See you later, guys.